Hello everyone, welcome along to the AFL Grand Final edition of At Odds, all thanks to unibet.com.au. Russell Barwick is my name, and I'm a Giants fan. So too is Brian Fletcher, Mark Wall, and Boo Hiss. Shane Hill refusing to wear the paraphernalia.
Mate, I like the GWS, but I'm not jumping on the bandwagon like you.
There's a bandwagon.
Yeah. Sydney Swans, you.
Jump on the bandwagon.
Sydney Swans.
Sydney AFL.
Yeah,
Keep that shirt too, Russ. Looks good on you.
Right, sing the song. Just give me the first.
There's a big, big sound from the west side of town. It's the sound of the mighty Giants. Join in whenever you like. It's better than your We Are Geelong, the greatest in Marvel. That's the worst song in the AFL. Please.
Nice work, Russ.
Let's talk about the grand final. GWS outstanding last week, knocking off the Pies. Richmond, they came from behind to beat your Geelong, and it was a tough one to watch in the end for you.
Well, I couldn't lose because I'd back Richmond and I barracked for Geelong. So,
well, technically you could lose.
Yeah.
You can
well, I
lose.
couldn't because I won in the end. So they were good, too good. They were always going to be too good.
Yeah.
And Geelong had a pretty good season, but just didn't have enough in the end. And GWS, they were so impressive. They had to hold that whole momentum for that last quarter, and didn't look like they were going to get over the line.
How good was their third quarter when they kicked those 4 or 5 goals? Jeremy Cameron, just outstanding. And at
Incredible.
the back, Nick Haynes.
Yeah.
Has he not been the best player in the finals, bar none at the moment?
Well, what about the fresh legs coming in, though? That's going to be just as
that's the hardest
important, I think.
With the new
for them.
with the 3
Do
guys,
they come
Whitfield,
back in?
Green.
Do they come straight in?
Yeah.
Those 3 guys
Yeah.
will come in. Whitfield, Green and Cornelio
Yeah.
will come in. Jack Graham's out of the Richmond lineup. And there's talk about a guy playing his first game for the Tigers in a grand final. It's only ever happened once before, about 70 years ago. Marlion Pickett, who's got a checkered past, did some time in jail for some misdemeanors when he was a young bloke. He's now turned it around. Was best on ground in the VFL grand final last weekend. So what an opportunity to play your first game.
What did he do? What did he do to go on the nick? Do we know?
What? Anything worse than Fletch?
No, let's just find out what he's done.
Not as
Probably
bad
a
as you,
couple.
surely.
Probably a couple of things
Your career.
that you've done, but you
Well,
got.
what about a few
Like a
stats on
league
this
player.
game, though,
Here you
Russ?
go.
A few stats. Richmond, the last 12 games, they have won in a row in Melbourne day games by 1-39. 12 in a row.
That's a good stat.
Okay, so I'm on that. And the other one is the last 4 grand finals in a row have all been under 152.5 points. And the way GWS play with taggers and just, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Oh, it'll be a fabulous game. The odds at the moment, $1.38, $3.10. Now, if I was a Giants fan, I'd be waiting because Richmond generally in the last 2 hours before every single game in that 12 in a row have been backed for a stack. So the Giants will get out.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
and the other thing in the
It's going to be a
lines,
sunny day, so they'll back Richmond, which is silly price in a grand final.
to back up what you're saying, GWS have been the underdogs in every finals game. They're getting 17.5 starts, so they've been able to win with the line in every game. So
That start will be 20-21 by game time. Let's have a look at some of the other odds in this game. Richmond 1-39, $1.97. You like that?
like it. I like
Richmond 40 plus, 365. Admittedly, some games do get blowout when a team knows that they can't win.
Drop their bundle.
Seems like GWS, though, they just want to drag everyone down, don't they?
GWS 40 plus at $20. There'll be 100,000 people all but, and 45 will be cheering for GWS. I'm not being rude, but that's
All right.
That's how it is.
Well, I reckon Josh Caddy at $41 to win best on ground is better value than GWS 40 plus.
Okay, we'll have a look at well, let's just go around the grounds. Junior,
GWS, of course.
GWS,
Yeah,
Of course I
and a
am.
tight one.
off the stick or with the start?
I'm going with the start.
Off the stick.
No.
I'm with you, Junior. I just think the value is there.
Yeah.
They'll get to 340, 350. That is big value in a grand final. Good luck to both
Mate,
teams.
Richmond have got criminals playing for them. They're not going to win.
Norm Smith medalist, the best on ground. Any
Calmer, you
particular selections?
I'm going with our man, Toby.
I'm going Toby, yeah.
My man, Toby. Little niggler.
I think if the Giants win it, Jeremy Cameron's got to kick 4 or 5, and that might be enough to give him, because it's not voted by the umpires, it's voted by footy guys. So
So they got some idea.
yeah, you said it, not me. Okay. Let's go to the Rugby League. Friday night, it's the Raiders and the Rabbitohs. Huge crowd in Canberra. A lot of pressure on Ricky's boys.
Sold out.
Brian Fletcher will be appearing live at Star City.
Star.
You wanna
Make
go
sure you
there?
get down there.
Or the old Star
Canberra
City, now the
responsibly,
Star.
though.
And
Brian,
responsible.
Yes.
what is your thoughts on this game?
Well, did you hear? I heard this morning that Wayne Bennett is making his players carpool down there. So rather than getting the bus when they all hang out together, which I think means they're a little bit nervous to try to take their mind off the game. So
When would they be going down though? Wouldn't they be going
they're
down
today.
Thursday?
Going today.
Today.
They're going down today.
So they've got to pay parking for 2 nights.
Yeah, you've got to stop off at Fishwick just for a little look around.
Stop at Sutton Forest
Sutton
McDonald's.
Forest Macca's.
Yep.
No, you know what? I can't see the Raiders getting beat.
Wow.
What we've seen with the Rabbitohs' defence the last 2 weeks, Adam Reynolds on that right-hand side, they were diabolical against Manly. I think they let in 3 tries.
They lose if Jake Trbojevic is not binned.
Who's that?
The Rabbits.
Yeah, you're right. And I just the week off. You can't underestimate how good that week off is. You get 2 weeks to concentrate.
Have you got any
on
stats
one
on that?
game. No
Any
stats
on that?
But they can't walk around Canberra. It's a small town mentality. Is that a good thing or a bad
It's a
thing?
great thing.
Yeah.
You want to. There's a chance you get into the grand final. First time in 30 years. Like it's just going to be. They're going to be up for this, as we always talk about.
South's
Our man
not going to
Ricky.
be up for it.
South Sydney's defence.
Canberra's always going to be up for it. Ricky's going to get them
South
up.
Sydney's defence. They cannot hold out.
How did you feel physically after a week off, knowing you just could freshen up?
It's the best. Like,
How did you feel physically after driving to Canberra in a carpool?
Exactly. Like 4 hours driving.
But then
down
I'm
there.
thinking South, is there karma
South's haven't
involved? They were lucky to
Karma-
beat the
Karma's not
Seagulls.
going to win. Karma's not going to win you anything.
Right.
Unless you just do it from
Either's
Richmond.
carpooling.
Unless you
It's
just
got
do it from
nothing to do
Richmond.
with it.
Okay,
Carpooling, nothing to do
the
with it.
Raiders $1.38.
They're taking their mind off it.
Raiders $1.38. Rabbitohs $3.05. You're going the Raiders, Junior.
I'm going to Rabbitohs. Geez, I think that's good odds.
No,
going
Raiders
the Bunnies.
-7.
yeah.
I think
I'm
it's
going
great.
to I'm going to take the start as well with South.
All right,
we're
I'm going to
50-50
minus
split.
7.5.
Yeah,
Forget
I'm
what's
with you,
that,
Fletch.
Fletch.
This is
Raiders.
the interesting. This will either be a big scoring game.
When's
or,
Kieran on?
Or it'll be 6-6 with a minute to go.
Can't
I'm
keep talking to you.
The Roosters and the Storm.
Here we
Again, I
go.
refer to you. Brian Fletcher played with a million clubs, and these.
I
won.
played for 2, my friend, and both of these clubs could be in the grand final. Roosters $1.55. Look, I know everyone keeps saying Jared Hargraves is out, big blow. Of course it is, but the Roosters have got too much strike for Melbourne. Too much strike. They're playing at the cricket ground. Storm are never playing at the cricket ground. Now the Storm are playing at the cricket ground, right? People always make fun of it.
Can you get
lose your
disorientated?
bearings.
Yeah, yeah.
You lose your bearings.
Yeah.
Because although the football field isn't exactly like 180 degrees, they
it's
put
not
on
Haven't
very
they
angle.
played Test matches though? Some of those Storm players at the
Never
cricket
played at the
ground?
cricket ground. Well, the Storm have.
Yeah, the
They played the
internationals.
centenary test.
Yeah.
But Melbourne playing down there, because what happens is when you're defending, the ground is so big that subconsciously you spread the centres and the wingers go to the sideline, and you watch the Roosters play through the middle.
Okay.
Roosters comfortably.
245 the Storm. They were the minor premiers. They were best
Minus
team all
4.5.
year. They haven't lost 2 games in the space of a month for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And that's happened recently. Obviously, both are the same team in Canberra. You don't expect they're going to lose 3 all of a sudden.
No, I like the Roosters, but I think the betting should be tighter. I don't think
Yeah.
there's too much between them in that betting. I think it's going to be a very
4.5 is the line.
Yeah.
You like the Roosters, so it's
minus
going to be the
4.5.
Brian Fletcher grand final. Junior.
I'm going South to beat Canberra and the Roosters to
Okay.
beat the Storm.
Yeah, I'm
What do you
going
mean the Brian
Roosters
Fletcher grand
-4.
South and Roosters.
I haven't said South. I said Raiders.
Oh, beg your pardon.
You
Take it
actually
back.
just
Take it
said
back.
Raiders.
Take it back.
You listen to what I say.
Take it back. I'm actually going the 2 outsiders. I'm like you. I think there's good value.
You
Let's have
would,
a look at
Russ,
some of the other
'cause you're a
things
suck.
happening around. The Rugby World Cup. And I'm not sure what's happened with that Reece Hodge tackle. But how is that a dangerous tackle? He had 3/4 of his arms wrapped around and an accidental shoulder
And
into
a
the head.
bloke is flying at you.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? I reckon it was a good tackle.
There was one last night in the Russia game with Samoa, same thing, but they gave the guy a yellow card. It's horrendous. Australia play Wales this weekend. Absolute must-win game for the Aussies
Australia-
now that the All Blacks, France,
Geez, they look good,
England,
Russ, the All Blacks.
They
Yeah.
weren't much good against Fiji, the Wallabies, were they? I mean, they
the first
won,
half.
but
yeah, not in the
it's
first
going to
one.
be a tough game.
Wales the favourite in that one, $1.76, and the Aussies are $2 and
Outsiders.
$2.07 Australia, and getting a little bit
Let's take that.
of a start. We are going to take a short break, and we're going to outgo one guy with magnificent hair and bring in another guy with magnificent hair. Our racing segment coming up straight after this. Time to talk a bit of racing. Of course, the Spring Carnival well and truly underway, and we had a massive weekend last week in Sydney and Melbourne. It continues Rosehill with the Golden Rose on Saturday, and then on Sunday in Melbourne because of the grand final. Kieran Maher's our special guest, and glad to have you in Sydney. You've got a stable of 40 odd up here at Warwick Farm.
Yeah, we do.
How many in Melbourne?
There's a couple of hundred. A couple of different stables. We've got Caulfield and Ballarat. But yeah, we kicked off up here about a 12 months ago now, and slowly built it up to what it is. It's
We don't want it any bigger, thanks, mate.
no.
Is enough for you, actually?
Well, we're all horse owners, so you can just give us your details at the end of it. But you had a nice winner last Saturday in Junipal. Always good to get a winner at this time of the year.
Yeah, it is. He was very stiff a couple of weeks before at the Valley, so the owners were fairly relieved, and they had a strong crack at it, so it was good.
And he stays here now?
Yeah, he does. There's a race for him next weekend, benchmark 88. That the goal with him will be the Golden Eagle. I think it's on Derby Day. New race they've put on 7.5 mil. It's pretty restricted.
So from a trainer's perspective, there's a lot of Melbourne vs Sydney argy-bargy that goes on behind the scenes, which I don't subscribe to. From an owner's perspective, if I've got a horse that's good enough to go to the McKinnon down there, or the old McKinnon, or come up to Sydney and run for 7.5 million, I don't care. Is it good? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, well, that's the main reason we did it. You know, we've got a sizable team in Melbourne. It's just about placing your horses where you think they can best win.
Okay. There's a horse on the weekend that this bloke owns as well.
I asked Kieran about Eric Kenji. Speaking about the Golden Eagle, we're nominated for that.
So
Not yet.
Anyone can nominate, mate.
Yeah, I know. We were 200 to 1, now we're 50 to 1.
Friday night.
Someone knows
You have
something.
something on, did you?
Kieran, what do you reckon?
You must have mentioned it on this show, did you?
Yeah.
Yes, it was back.
He's
to
got a big
stack
following,
last
Fletch,
start,
with
that's
his
for
racing
sure.
tips especially.
Friday night, the Moya Stakes, Moonee Valley before the grand final. Nature Strip, Sunlight, Bonsaway's part of your team, I think. It's part of
Yeah, Bonds Away is, yeah.
how do you see the race panning out? Nature Strip pings the lids and everything just tries to hang on and catch it down the straight.
I reckon you could run this race 10 times and get 10 different winners. I reckon it'll be, there's speed to burn in it.
You'll only get one leader for 10 times though, you would think.
It could be 10 different ones,
Oh,
8
okay.
times. There's a lot of speed in it. Sunline, Nature Strip. Our horse will be back a bit. Bonds Away.
You drew barrier 9, I saw.
Yeah.
Not the greatest draw, but
No, it's not. But there's so much speed inside. He's got an explosive turn of foot, but it's only very
you
short.
want a 3-wide card up and then just come off their backs late.
Even just a smoke up behind him, yeah.
Who rides?
Linda Meach.
Okay, and I mean, I'm not sure how many Group 1s Linda's ridden, but when she knows a horse, she rides him extremely well.
Yeah, I think she's the leading rider down in Victoria at the moment. So she does a lot for the stable, and she's got a good rapport with this horse. She's toppled a couple of good ones. She beat Brave Smash on him one day, and the other horse was a horse of Graham Begg. She knocked off as well when it was a short price at Caulfield. Written by, that's it.
Saturday's the Golden Rose Stakes. You don't have a runner. Your horse Dubious not in the race, but it's a terrific race, Junior, with Bivouac and Exceedance dominating.
It's a great field, eight horse field, but it's probably 4 or 5 really good chances. I thought Bivouac, the way the race is going to pan out speed-wise, I think he'll sit outside Yayo Dash. They look the only 2 go-forward horses in the race. I think Bivouac will control the race and he'll give a good kick at the top of the straight. There's a lot of back markers in this race, Castle Vecchio, Prince Fawaz. Exceedance has drawn barrier 7, so I'm not sure where he gets to from that barrier. But if he was on Bivouac's back in the run, then he could beat him. But I think Bivouac's got an explosive turn of foot. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's not much between those 3 horses. And like you said, Exceedance, Bivouac.
Yes.
Yes. I think they ran home. There was like 0.1 of a second difference between their last 600. But I think there's a lack of speed in this race, and I think Bivouac will sit outside, and I think even Yo Dash, I think he'll give a good kick, but Bivouac should win.
Whatever gets the back of Bivouac
Bivouac?
and the 1-1's probably the real danger.
But if it's a slow pace, your issue for...
well, they're all going to run home sub
Exceedance is you might
33.
but Exceedance might be pratted 3 wide unless he has to pull it right back, which will be...
And he does a few things wrong too. Tommy said that he hangs out a bit and
He's a bit slow away.
yeah.
Kieran, who are we backing there? Who are we backing?
I think you go Bivouac.
Bivouac.
Underwood Stakes is Sunday. It's a traditional lead up to
Don't
the
mind.
big races in Melbourne, the Caulfield Cup, and then so on and so forth deep into the spring, the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Canedna and Humidor flying the flag. And what other runners you got that we might be interested in?
Well, I think Canedna, third up, she'll be starting to hit her straps. She's got a good draw. I do think the old boy Hartnell will be hard to beat in that race. And Humidor's off a long layoff. He'll be just starting to hit his straps. So looking.
What's his target?
Cox Plate, but
Are you behind schedule with that, or are you okay?
he's okay. But like he's on schedule, but he needs to hit the line a bit harder than what he has been doing.
Okay. Outside of that race, where else you got?
Well, I had a slam dunk at the Valley actually.
Yes. Hang
Here
on.
we go. So,
Hang on.
I'll just
Tune
preface
in,
this
everyone.
for those people who have
We
just
gotta-
joined
we
us.
gotta Bangkok
Slam
right
dunk
away,
is the absolute sure thing, and then there's a Hail Mary. And just to make it even, the ladder has hammer at
We gotta Bangkok.
1685.
Time
We'll
viewers.
put you at 1650. We'll just jump that in there so that you're last on the ladder, and hammer's not last for very long at least.
See how we go.
Let's go.
Righto. What's your
Stop talking,
slam
Russell.
dunk?
The slam dunk is at the Valley, race 1, number 1, King of Hastings.
And then leave. Go home after that.
And then go home. I think race 5 exhilarates. I think we've got a couple in it. We've got Loving Gabby. She'll be first up. She'll be better for the run. I think Charlize is. She's looking for a bit of black type, but I think exhilarates will win there.
So it's a race 1 into race 5?
I'm not saying it's a slam dunk exhilarates, but I think it should be winning.
Okay, righto.
That'll do us.
What about Saturday? I saw Dr. Drill accept at Rosehill. He's got to be hard to beat, doesn't
Yeah, well, we've just gone through that race. I've got the slam dunk written.
he? Okay, sorry, yeah, I preempted that, yeah.
So we're slam dunking. Oh, juice, we're slam dunking.
Race 1's at Moonee Valley and at Rose Hill. Dr. Drill, he's got a bit of weight, but it looks.
What price is him?
I don't know what the price is yet.
We'll make him our Hail Mary, and we'll make.
He'll be favourite, I think. He's as tough as old boots, isn't he, Dr. Drill?
Okay,
Good
Kieran
horse.
Ma. We're going to keep an
King
eye
of
on that. We'll
Hastings.
give a score next week as well. Kieran, good luck with the spring.
Thank you.
And for mine, I think you've done absolutely outstandingly well, and we should invite you back next
Yeah,
week.
but if you don't win though, if your slam dunk doesn't win, you're not allowed back. Is that, you happy
Yeah,
with
I
that?
think that's-
Yeah, cool.
It's fair. Okay, it's fair enough. Welcome back to At Odds, the AFL Grand Final edition, and don't worry, we'll be wearing NRL kit next week as soon as Brian can go to the merchandise store or nick it from Uncle Nick's warehouse. No doubt we'll be wearing Roosters gear. Who do
Definitely.
you really prefer to win out of the two, Roosters or Souths?
Neither.
If it came down
If
to
it
it
came
next
down
week,
to a crunch, Roosters.
Roosters.
I had 10 years at Roosters.
You would have got more money. More money?
Get lots more money.
Where?
Actually, Nick played him in a brown paper bag to leave the Roosters. To actually
Yeah,
go
listen,
to-
that's not even true about brown paper bags.
it is totally true.
No, they're not. They were clear, so you could see how much was in there. I'm lying. Everyone out there, don't complain.
By the way, Kieran Ma forgot to get his AFL tip. He is a Geelong man. Geelong got beat by Richmond, so he's anti-Richmond. He's going with the Giants as well. Thank you very much, Kieran. Let's have a look at the leaderboard as it stands, and Kieran's there, or will be on 1650. So you're not on the bottom, big fella.
NBL starts next week, Russ.
But-
Just settle down.
Let's just hand that over to
Well done. Oh, well done.
J.R. Ward.
Talk about getting overs as well.
Junior made
Mate, I don't set the odds.
That was good.
$1,550
Yeah.
last week.
That's
Both
the
of
double.
them.
That's the double.
He
That
got
is
both of them. And if
great
you'd
stuff.
taken the junior double, 20s into the 350, you would have got $70 back.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
I wasn't smart enough to do it, but hopefully some punters did out there.
So, and those odds were inflated, and then when the scratchings came out, if you're already on, bingo. So you got
Bingo.
$20 to one,
Yeah.
$20 about
Two
something that should have been
Top
$7.
class horses.
Fantastic, well done there.
No
And
worries.
you can see the team's made just over $17,000, but that was last week. Let's go to this week. Start with you, Shane.
Oh, my odds are wrong here. I'm going
Is
for
this
the
slam
slam dunk. I'm going Richmond 1-39 into Canberra -5.5.
So
And I
the
reckon
odds
we'll get
should-
$3 something.
Now the odds will be around about $4 boosted.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Like
Go.
that.
Okay, I'm going to Rose Hill for my slam dunk. Race 7, Bivouac to win the Golden Rose into Shadow Hero and race 8 to run a place. It could win as well, but we'll go on the safe
What's
side.
the
of
odds
it.
there?
Well, the odds aren't out yet. I don't
Now,
know.
what do you think?
Bivouac $3, Shadow Hero probably $1.50 a place.
Okay.
So about $5.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Brian.
I'm going NRL, Raiders half-time, full-time into the New South Wales Cup. So New South Wales Cup's like reserve grade, which is Wentworthville to beat Newtown, which are the feeder clubs for Parramatta.
Who's tipping you those?
Me, I'm
Oh,
watching
okay.
it. And also, just take this off, from Richmond to beat GWS.
Who's the captain of Wentworthville?
Tim Menner.
Okay.
He's played for Parramatta?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Black,
that's...
black and white, the Maggies, aren't they?
No, they're not.
Used to play for He played a heap of games for Parramatta this year.
Yeah,
didn't he?
been dropped. He got dropped halfway
Oh,
through.
okay,
the year.
right.
That's
yours,
about $6 by the
I'm
way.
just going the simple one because I think it's good value, and I'm Hearts overruling anything, but I want GWS to win. So
Oh,
if you get
Brisbane
about
in the final, are they?
$3.40,
Brisbane in the final.
$3.40.
Give it to him,
Second
Hammer.
favourite team.
I've got an earache at the moment. I
Yeah.
hope it goes away. It was so much better
Oh,
when
I
Kieran
love
was
Brisbane.
GWS to beat Richmond.
love 'em. They're
My
great.
Hail Mary, mate, stop it. We're trying to be professional here. Now, this is an interesting one. Nick Haynes to win the Gary Ayres medal. He's $21. It's voted on by experts. He's probably equal with Dustin Martin at the moment, so whoever wins, that'll go.
So this
that
is
way.
different to the norms.
Yeah, it's the best player over the finals. Haynes has played 3
Yep.
games. Dusty's only played 2.
Right.
So there's an advantage for the Giants going into the game, and he has been dominant.
Has anyone ever got the double?
I couldn't tell you.
So was it
to be
3-2-1
honest.
vote
I think
each
in the
game, is
year
it?
when Dusty won Brownlow, Norm Smith grand final, every player's award, he probably won the
Yeah, right.
best finals player as well.
Gary Ayres. Who was Gary Ayres, by the way?
Gary Ayres was a sensational player that used to play for Hawthorn,
Yeah.
and he was the dominant backman in their run of premiership success
Right.
during his period of time.
Thank you
Right.
very much.
Go Hammer.
I'm going with Caddy to be best on ground in the grand final. $41, so we'll boost that to about 100.
Easy.
Ex-
Junior's
extra
going
long
for
back. If
using the
he
same
wins,
percentage.
He's an extra long player. You're
He can
kidding
make
yourself.
Josh Cat, good player, and
Yeah.
he's just as he'll get a fair bit of the ball, and he's just as likely to sneak in and kick a couple of goals.
What price is that? Hundreds.
He's 41
So
at
you
the
could
moment,
go
so
from
we'll
last
boost
to
that.
first.
Exactly. That's why it's called a Hail Mary.
Yeah, okay.
You're right.
Okay.
No, he couldn't because he's only had 50 on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's 5,000.
No, it's only $41.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
it's gonna be
boost it to
boosted.
100.
So he goes-
Junior.
Okay. Well, you're assuming I don't get my half. Mate. I'll still be in front.
Oh, you're a chance too, mate.
I
You're very
am
good.
going
Very good,
the Rabbitohs to beat the Raiders, so a bit of value there. The Roosters to beat the Storm. Hang on, is this mine?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes.
And
Good horse.
no, not yes. And GWS to beat Richmond.
Good on you.
So 2 outsiders there. So we're getting about 20 to 1, I reckon.
Brian.
For that.
Okay. Elliot Whitehead. Who? Whitehead to score any time. Into Latrell Mitchell to score any time. Approximate $8.50. Boosted to what? 22 or something?
There we go. The
No, it'll be
thoughts
10 it'll
of
be
the
$10.
team
You're not called Junior,
leading
mate.
into
It'll be
this
$10.
fabulous weekend of sport.
Elliot
All the
Whitehead.
Rugby World Cup odds are on the website. And don't forget Unibet Reboost. Unlimited boosts until you collect. Conditions apply, but basically you can just go again and again and again, get boosted, odds boosted, and then when you collect, yeehaw, everyone's a winner, baby.
Beautiful.
Gamble responsibly, of course.
What about Swarsea? Want to cross him? Is he giving up?
He sent his Hail Mary and his slam dunk, and there was 11 teams
I
involved.
think there's a bit of Bernard Tomic
And
in
a lot of
Swartzy.
German teams.
I think he
tonight.
throws the towel in too easily for my liking.
Before we
Southern around
go,
the
we're
Mediterranean.
going to say good luck to both teams with an eye on
Yeah.
GWS because there's a big
Big
sound
town
on
in
the
the
west side of
south.
town. It's the sound of the
You are kidding yourself.
See you next week.